Hi, Zoe with another video. This one is a mid-year Freakout book tag or Freakout tag that I've been seeing around a lot on BookTube, and I thought I'd fun to do one. I didn't do one last year, so this is the first time I've done one. So let's get into the books that I think, that answer the questions that are part of this book tag. So question 1 is the best book I've read so far in 2021. Been a lot of books that I've really enjoyed this year, but I'd have to say Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This book was just so much fun. It was a perfect middle grade book, and if you haven't read it, read it. It's just amazing. Yep. Question 2 was a best sequel that I've read so far this year. I read a couple of sequels, but I have to say the best one was Wind Witch by Suzanne Dennard. This is the sequel to Truth Witch. This series is just an amazing series. I'm already up to book 4 comes out. It just came out, so I'm about to read that on as well. I just love this series, love the witches in it, love the political system, magical system. It's just so much fun. So yep. Then a new release that I haven't read yet, that would probably be Winter's Orbit by Evarina Maxwell. This is a beautiful immigrant edition of it. I really want to read this book. This, I think, feels like a 5-star prediction for me. It's about space and romance and political systems and stuff like that. It sounds a lot of fun. And I really want to read more science fiction, so I can't wait to get around to reading this book. Then we've got, what's the next one? My most anticipated release for the second half of 2021. There is quite a lot of books that I'm looking forward to reading. However, the book that I'm mostly excited about reading is Empire of the Vampire, or whatever it is, the J. Kristoff book coming out in like October, September. I'll link it hopefully in this video. That's probably the book that I'm most anticipated to reading, just because he does not like it's a J. Kristoff movie book, so it will be entertaining. Yep. The biggest disappointment for me would have to be, it'll be in my wrap up as well, would have to be the sequel to The Duke and I by Julia Quinn, which is The Viscount Who Loved Me. I just found The Viscount really dull and boring in this book. I was just like, the first one was really quick and easy, and this one was just boring to read. So yep, that was my most disappointment. The biggest surprise book for me would have to have been Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castell, which I've also read in the month of June. I really enjoyed this book. I've never read a Sebastian de Castell author, and I just really enjoyed it, so I can't wait to continue this series. Then, what else we got in here? A favourite new author to me. It can be either a debut author or just a new person to me author. So I would have to say Suzanne Dennard was probably my new favourite author. This is Truth Witch, which is book 1 of the series, of the Witchland series. I would not have picked up this series unless J.D. Ray Reads had announced the read-along of this series. I'm just really enjoying this series, so this is definitely my new favourite author. And then, what's the next question? The newest fictional crush. I I don't really have any fictional crushes. I generally forget most characters by the time I finish the book, so I'm just going to skip that question. My new favourite character would have to be Linus in the House of the Cerulean Sea, the House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Linus, the caseworker in this book, is just so much fun, and I just loved him. He was just dorky and just uncomfortable about the world, and was highly relatable. So yep. And this book relates to the next two questions as well. The book that made you cry. This book made me cry in happy tears of just pure enjoyment of emotion, and just yep. And it also just made me really happy. This book is it's just like a blanket. It's just perfect. Yep, so I really loved it. Yep. So, a book that has the most beautiful cover that I have gotten this year, and that would be Dark and the Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. I haven't read this book, but I just love the sprayed edges of this book, and just the cover is just gorgeous, and eventually I'll get around to reading this book. From what I know, it's kind of like set in Toronto, so if you're fans of like the Mortal Instruments series, you might enjoy this book. Even though I'm not a fan of that series, I'll probably still enjoy this book anyway. And then what else have we got? What books do I need to read by the end of the year? There's a lot of books that I need to read by the end of the year, but I'll just choose one, and that will be The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is book 3 in the Sky series. The reason why I need to get through it is because this is the final book in the series, and it's a chunker of a book, and I really want to just finish this series. I've heard that the last book is not the best book in the series, but I am determined to get to it this year. So that is my book tag video. Mid-year Freakout tag. If you've done this tag, let me know in the comments. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video so more people can see this bookish content, and I'll see you all in the next video.